In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Blofin. Blofin is one of the top non-KYC exchanges in crypto. We will focus on how to fund your account, how to upgrade your security to keep your assets safe, and learn about futures and spot trading. Whether you're brand new to crypto or you come from another platform, this guide will help you get started in minutes. Let's get started. The first step will be to create your account. It's super simple, and since Blofin is non-KYC, this is not required right away. You can start with the basic level 0, which gives you up to 20,000 USDT withdrawal limit per day, and you can upgrade this later if you want to KYC. However, it is not entirely necessary or mandatory. The sign up page is pretty straightforward. It's similar to any other platform or subscription service. All you have to do is to enter a valid email and a strong password, then complete the verification steps that will be sent to you via email. If you have a referral link, make sure to use it during these steps so that you can get access to discounts, bonuses, and any other perks that comes with the use of a referral. Here in this case, we are going to use John's. Right after you sign up, before you deposit even $1, the very first thing I recommend you do is secure your account with Google Authenticator or any other two-factor authentication. This adds a second layer of protection, so even if someone gets your password, they still can't log in without the code from your phone. Click on your profile avatar, which is here at the top right corner. Select Account and Security. Scroll down to the Google Authenticator section and click on Link. A pop-up will appear. Here, you have to scan the QR code with your Google Authenticator app, and once it's added, you will start seeing a 6-digit code which changes every 30 seconds. Make sure to also save this key and click on I have saved the backup key properly. After that, a new window will appear. Click on Send so you receive a code in your email to verify you have added the 2FA correctly. And lastly, type in the 6-digit code from the Google Authenticator app. Once this is done, click on Submit, and you're good to go. Now we'll learn how to deposit crypto or buy crypto on Blofin. Let's click on Deposit Crypto. Here we have to select the crypto that we want to deposit. We're going to go with USDT. Then we're going to select the network, and this is really important. Always make sure to match the exact network. If you use the wrong network, you risk losing all the money that you have sent. We are now going to copy this address, and we go to the sender exchange. In this case, it's going to be Bybit. We select the same coin, USDT, we paste the address, and we select the network. Remember, the networks must match. In this case, it's going to be Tron. We're going to send a test amount and confirm. After a brief period, we can check in the assets menu and we can see that our deposit has been confirmed. Deposits are always first on the funding account, and then we have to transfer that to either the spot or futures account, depending on the type of trading that we want to do. And for that, all we have to do is to click on transfer. Then select the amount that we want to transfer to one account or the other. In this case, we are going to transfer it to the futures account. We select all and confirm. We go to the futures wallet, and here we can see that our transfer has been confirmed. Next, let's review how to buy crypto on Blofin. For that, we have to click on Buy Crypto first. Blofin doesn't have its own direct fiat on-ramp yet. Instead, what they use is a third-party provider like MoonPay, Simplex, Banca, Alchemy Pay, and so on. Those are the options that you're going to be able to use here. And as you can see, the conversion ratio for one USDT is not always 1-to-1. We are going to select the credit card option for the example. The downside of these third-party services like the credit card or the other providers is that they tend to charge a pretty high fee, usually between 3 to 5%. If you accept this conversion, all you have to do is accept the terms and conditions, add your credit card, and then complete the purchase. A much cheaper way that many people use is to buy your crypto, usually a stablecoin like USDT, on another exchange that has fiat on-ramp support like Coinbase or Kraken. Then send the stablecoin over to Blofin. This way you pay much lower fees overall, and it's what I recommend doing when it comes to fiat on-ramp. Now that we have funded our account, we can start trading. We'll begin with the futures section. Go to the top menu and select futures. Once you're in the futures interface, you'll see several sections like the price chart, the order book, market information, and most importantly, the order placement menu. This is where we actually are going to open trades. In the order placement menu, you'll find several important settings. First, you have to choose your margin mode. Isolated margin means that each position is completely separate from each other. If you lose money on one trade, it won't affect your other positions. This is safer for beginners when you're about to take a very risky trade. You can only lose the amount of margin that you use for that position. Cross margin, on the other hand, means that all your USDT in the futures account is shared across positions. And this is more flexible, but also riskier approach. I personally use cross margin with low leverage. However, if you're new to trading, it's also recommended that you only use isolate. Once you've chosen your preferred mode, click on confirm. Futures are different from spot. We're going to review spot later, but there is a distinction to be made. When you trade spot, you're actually buying the crypto. You can actually transfer that as well. And you can also withdraw that from the platform. With futures, you are not trading the actual crypto. Instead, you're trading the price of the crypto. That's called a derivative because its price comes from an underlying asset like Bitcoin, ETH, or any other coin. This means that you can profit if the price goes up or down. You simply open a position, and when you close it, you exchange the profit or the loss. That's why futures allow leverage. Leverage lets you control a bigger position with less money. There's a lot of misconceptions about leverage, but we'll cover that in time. For example, if you put 100 USDT in your futures account with 2x leverage, you can open a 200 position. With 5x leverage, you can open up 500 positions, and so on and so forth. You don't have to use leverage. You can trade spot or no leverage at all, like 1x, but the higher the leverage, the bigger the position size that you can control. I don't recommend using high leverage if you're new to trading. Crypto is already very volatile, and if used incorrectly, a leverage position can be fully liquidated, which means you can lose all the money in your account. We have a complete and in-depth tutorial about leverage in the course section of WG's official website. I strongly suggest you as a member to go through that course to get familiar with leverage and what it actually is and how it works in practice. Now let's continue reviewing the rest of the order placement menu. The two main order types are limit and market. Market orders execute immediately at the current market price. So for example, if we open a long right here, it's going to enter a trade and the enter price will be this one. It's the fastest and simplest way to enter a trade, but you have little control over your entry price. A limit order lets you set the exact price you want to buy or sell at. The order will be only filled if the market reaches your chosen price. If it doesn't, the order stays in the order book until it's filled or cancelled. In the order panel on the limit section, you will see the price, which is the price at which you want to open your trade, the amount, which is how much USDT your position will be, and this is where leverage comes into play. For example, we know that we have available $100 and we have chosen 3x leverage. As such, we can open a position worth $300. We select the enter price, the leverage, and how much USDT we want to use. In this case, we are going to use all the USDT we have available at 3x leverage, and we can open a $300 position. Blofin calls this the cost. Cost is another word for margin, and that is the actual amount taken from the available balance. The leverage multiplies it to determine the exact and entire position size. In this case, position size is the $300, cost or margin is the $100, and 3x is our leverage. Every trade is shared with the proper stop loss, so it's advisable to always set your stop loss in advance. For example, if we know that we want to open a trade at this price and we know the stop loss in advance, we can input this before entering the trade, and we already know how much we are going to lose from the balance in case the stop loss gets hit. We can now select buy long, we confirm, and our limit order is now placed in the chart and in the order book. We can see this in the open orders tab, and we can cancel it at any point in time. Let's now review the market order. Market orders let you enter a trade immediately at the current market price. They are the fastest and easiest way to get in a position. However, market orders also cost more in fees. On Blofin and most exchanges, market orders pay the taker fee, which is higher. This is because you're taking liquidity from the order book right away. Limit orders, on the other hand, pay the lower maker fee because they add liquidity to the book. They make the book. They only get filled if the price reaches that set level, and that's why they also pay a smaller fee. You can also set a stop loss even when using a market order. For example, with $100 USDT on cost or margin, and 3x leverage, we can open a 300 position size. And we can also set the stop loss in advance. We know that the trade's entry price will be the current market price, and the stop loss price is always provided in advance in the call. We are going to use this price as an example. And as we can see here, we already know how much the potential loss will cost us. This is a very important part of risk management. You should always exactly know how much you are risking on every trade before you even open it. We now click on long, we confirm, and we have ensured an entry that we can also see in the positions tab. We can see our realized P&L, which is the fee that we have paid to open the trade, the P&L, which is the unrealized gain or loss that the trade is making, the margin or cost, the position size, the average entry price, and our liquidation price. Since we are using very low leverage, our liquidation price is far from the current market price. But we should always know how much we are going to lose and how much we are risking in any given trade. We can also set a TP for this trade. In the action section, we can set a take profit at a given price. We select what percentage do we want to close. We already see how much P&L we are going to be making at that price. And lastly, we select close to set the limit order. And there we go. We have two open orders. One is a stop loss and another is a limit to close the trade partially at TP1. We can also close the trade all at once from the positions tab with the close all button. We confirm and we are now out of the trade. We are now going to review the spot section. Let's now head over to the spot market. Click spot in the top menu. You'll notice the interface looks very similar to futures, but it's much simpler. The biggest difference is that with spot trading, you're actually buying the real crypto. Once you buy it, you own the coins and you can withdraw them to any wallet or any exchange whenever you want. Here we also have the same two main order types, limit and market, and they work exactly the same way as in futures. Limit orders are cheaper, they pay the maker fee. Market orders are faster, but they are more expensive, they pay the taker fee. Let's do a quick spot trading example. First, you need to transfer USDT to your spot account. For that, we click on transfer, and we are going to move our funds from the futures account, where they were previously, to the spot account. We select all and click on confirm. Once your funds arrive, you will see them on the available balance. Because there's no leverage in spot trading, you can only buy as much as you only have in your account. This means no bigger position size like we could do in future, but also there is no risk of liquidation. Spot trading is highly recommended for beginners or anyone who wants to own the actual coins for the long term. For example, to hold in a cold wallet. Let's place a limit order example. Just like with futures, we first need to select the entry price, the amount that we want to buy, in this case 100% of our available balance, and we can also preset a stop loss in advance. Blofin will also show you exactly how much you lose if the stop loss is triggered. Just like in the futures interface, we then select buy, we confirm, and we have now placed our limit order. Once it's filled, the stop loss will appear on the chart and will be automatically posted in the order book. Let's now review how to do the same but with a market order. We cancel the current limit order to free our funds and be able to use them in a market order. We can cancel this from the chart. We now have our full balance again. We can use it to open a market order. As we can see, we don't have the option to select the price. This is because market orders execute at the current market price. We select the amount, we click on buy BTC, we confirm, and we are not in the trade. If we want to sell this BTC that we just bought, we go to sell, we select the amount, and we click on sell again. We now no longer have BTC, but we have USDT available. This concludes the basic guide on how to use Blofin for spot and futures trading.